Production. Sound Production. Sound Production.
What is going on, my Patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, Joe's News and Views, also known as Conservative News and Views, brought to you by Joel Davis Media Network. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, go ahead on and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. Now, with that being said, I got two special guests coming on tonight on the panel. The first guest we're about to introduce, the man doesn't need any introduction. People known him for the longest. Mr. Gary Lamb is in the building with us. I think he's showing up shortly. And not only that, we got another young brother that is holding it down, new and upcoming in the conservative movement. Y'all can call him Savage 5050. He goes by Mr. Nathaniel, and he is also on here as well, and he should be coming up shortly.
I'm coming, y'all.
It's all good, bro. Either way it goes, we're going to keep it real professional tonight. Due to the fact of the matter is, I want to get the message across clearly, and I want it to actually go somewhere. So please keep the language at a minimum. Any questions that you have, please keep the language at a minimum. And with that being said, tonight you're going to mostly be hearing from the words of wisdom from these two gentlemen here because I really like their content, especially Gary. Been a fan of Gary's content for a long time. So, Gary, thank you for coming on the show, brother.
Well, thank you for having me. Can you guys hear me pretty well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Yo, what up? Y'all hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice. How y'all brothers doing?
We're doing good, man. I wanted to bring both of you guys on the channel because, like I said, I love how you do your content, Savage, because you just break it down very articulately without no problems at all. Like I said, your style similar to me, like a black conservative perspective, but it's your own twist. That's what I like about it. It's your own twist. It's your own thing. So it's very unique. And I also wanted to bring on Gary because Gary has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to just life in general, especially with times going on right now in the US of A as us as being conservatives. Because I keep telling people this is more than a lifestyle, this is a way of life. You're either on board with it or you're not. So without further ado, whichever one of you brothers want me to stop the questions and let you go first, who wants to take a stab at it? Gary, you want to go first or you want the young man to go first?
Yeah, nah, let the young joker go first. Let him go.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Now,
I'm still in the middle of work, so
okay, that's fine, Gary. That's cool. So Savage 50/50, tell us about how you got started doing what you do on your channel.
Oh man, that's a good question. Politics is something I started really getting into, I would say around like 2014, 2015. I started listening to a lot of Bill O'Reilly and stuff like that. And I've really got red pilled during the Trayvon Martin situation. Bill O'Reilly, Megyn Kelly on Fox News at the time, they really brought a lot of light on what was going on. And they've really separated the propaganda from the actual facts of what happened during that case. I don't want to get into that whole case, but based off of the laws of the land in Florida, the stand your ground laws, it's this different from what people portray it, the way black people usually see certain stuff. Different states have different laws, but mainly I got red pilled, I would say back in like 2014-ish. 2015, when Trump started running for president, he really started bringing a lot of light when he was talking about pitting term limits on members of Congress. And, these people of Congress been in there for 20, 30 years, destroying the black community, setting basically anti-black laws to destroy the community. So mainly to answer your question is like, I'm always talking politics and stuff and about black issues, but a lot of black people, especially where I live, they don't want to hear it. So I started a YouTube channel where I could talk and say whatever I want without being interrupted.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that I started as well, coming into this game, because like I told everybody, I'm probably the youngest in the movement than all of you guys. I've only been in the movement for about a year, and I have obtained a lot of knowledge, and I have myself had to really do some soul searching and figure out what's the best way, thinking with emotions or thinking logical, especially for the future of my children. Gary, are you able to answer when you started getting how you started your show, bro?
yeah, man. Listen, I was like you, man. Well, not like y'all. I was the other guy. I was the don't tell me SHIT about politics. I don't need to know about that. Everybody racist. That was who I was. When Trump got into, well, I remember when they started talking about Trump, I started getting nervous. I'm like, oh, great, that's their neighborhood. So I figured Trump was going to be some crazy dictator. Funny how we know what a dictator looked like now. But, let's get back to what the question was. How did I get to my channel? I pretty much started my channel just talking what I wanted to talk about when I wanted to talk about it, how I want to talk about it, whatever it was, whatever under the sun. I'm very passionate about men-women relationships, so I used to talk a lot about that. but that was in the beginning when my YouTube career. I didn't really start to like people to notice me until I did this video called Message to Tim Pool. And then, I went viral. Everything blew the hell up. I till this day don't know how that worked. But I was like, y'all, I didn't trust Trump. I didn't know anything about politics. Everybody was racist. Next thing you know, now I'm looking at it like, wow, this is completely different than what I thought it was. So it's interesting how things unfold now that I'm in politics. I really don't care too much about being in politics. It's just now that my eyes is open, I can't go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Now, since we're talking about that, let me ask y'all guys this question. Do y'all think that now, since we collectively, especially as the Black community, are starting to wake up and get red pilled, that this is why you think that the liberals do not want us to progress, because they know now that we know the truth and they're doing anything that they can to keep us from spreading the message?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it, Joe. We the bootlickers, right? We the Uncle Toms, we the coons, right? But really, in reality, we not bootlicking nobody, because we actually going against the white liberal establishment. They don't want people like me. They don't want people like you talking. They don't want people like Kansas Owens talking. They want the Don Lemons and the CNN people to talk, and the BLM and all of that. The Black people that go against the white liberal agenda, they want to shut us up. They want to cancel us. You know what I mean? So, and in all reality, I never liked the term woke, because woke just means you stupid. We're actually the conscious community right here.
Exactly. I agree. I definitely agree. Gary, what do you want to put anything additional on that as well? Gary?
I reserve my opinion on liberals like that, because I don't know enough to make that assessment.
Okay.
It's easy for me to fire at somebody because I feel some type of way and it seems that way, but I don't know their lives. I don't know what they talk about. I don't know what they know or don't know. It's quite easy for me to go at a person and say, hey, you are a bigot, but we've never seen their life. We don't know what their circumstances are. We don't know what they've been exposed to. They probably look at us like we live like them, because they don't know. So for us to come at them like that is kind of hard. With that said, are there liberals out there that literally know what they're doing? Absolutely. There are definitely liberals out there that think that know what they're doing. They want to keep you under their thumb because, hey, you're cheap labor. I've been cheap labor most of my life, so I understand what it's like to be gaslighted by somebody for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I've been there, where I'm sitting here thinking I'm working for the team and eventually it's going to pay off. And if I just work harder and I'm just more disciplined, I stay, vigilant and responsible and give them everything I got, it eventually pay off. It usually don't. It's it is what it is. But I can't call what it is for another person. I know how biased I am with things that I do. So I couldn't answer that.
Okay, and I respect that, Gary. That's one thing I love about you, Gary. You tell it no holds bars. You've always been realistic ever since the first day I, recently talked with you. You've always been straightforward. Me on this part, I'm more on the lines of what Savage 5050 said, how I feel as well. I feel like that since we are now starting to wake up on a lot of stuff, and it's not just the liberals, it's also some of these so-called conservatives too, that have been making money in Washington. They know now we know the game, and it's scaring them because there is so much information out there that we have access to, the information they never wanted us to have access to, and it's coming out at a rapid rate. Now, I know there is another topic we was going to cover. I know I had told Gary a little bit about this, and everybody's been talking about it on all the channels about the situation that happened at the high school in Arlington, Texas. The two young black men, black men, I would say black young men, they're not barely old enough to, as they would put it, keep wiping the milk from their mouth. These young men going out here fighting, acting crazy. One pulls out a gun, one shoots one 4 times, and we have a whole catastrophe where nobody revealed the information of what happened with this until like 2 or 3 days later. It was like we didn't know who the perpetrator was. We all wanted to know, well, who is this suspect? Who is it? And then when we found out who it was, we got a picture of a black kid, but then they try to downplay it real quick, like within 2 hours, okay, he was a victim of bullying. So what do y'all think about this whole story?
You know what?
Synopsis.
It reminds me, if you remember, Joel, a couple of months ago, right? The story when the 2 young 13 and 14-year-old young ladies, they tried to rob the Uber driver, and they tried to steal his car and caused them to crash or whatever the case was. And then they was like, oh, these women, they was just trying to take a joyride, you know, and they downplayed it like it was nothing. And the man lost his life. You know what I mean? So when it comes to this whole like white privilege thing, I don't see how it exists, because I see the media covering up for black people all the time. Like, this dude shot, you know, he got so-called bullied, whatever the case may be, right? And he had a school shooting against unarmed students. So the punishment don't suit the crime, and they downplaying and talking about, oh, it's bullying and this and that. If he was white, oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
Oh, it would be all over. They would be like, white supremacy. We gotta gun control. We gotta stop these white people. They want to think they could shoot up whatever they want to shoot. Hey, I get Trump probably would have got blamed for it.
Oh,
they would have brought up Donald Trump out of nowhere. Like, Trump been going for months, right? They would have brought Trump up and said, Trump think that Trump is causing this to happen. Like, no, it literally, we live in a society where it is black privilege right now. And this is a perfect example. This situation, and like I said, Joel, the situation with them young girls, you remember how the media downplayed that when they stole that car and caused that man to lose his life.
Gary, what do you think about that, Gary?
Listen, let me tell you something. This is the one part, bruh, talk about this all day. Black people need to get their ass whooped properly. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. You look at this goofy stuff, right? And I'm like, I'm trying not to cuss here.
It's cool, bro. You know how we do.
No, we had this conversation. We ain't gonna cuss. That's what we ain't gonna do. Okay.
Okay.
So, but this is the thing, man. I'm looking at this fool, and you see what Rittenhouse, right? This dude went through hell. Hell. This dude is they threw a party for this Joker. Look, remember you remember the 2 dumbass kids that went around and shot the girl in the face and killed her, and damn near killed, right? And her father, their mother goes and is like, I want to see her kid. I want to see her. Like, yo, this is.
She was the same age as her damn kids too.
Bruh, is it any wonder people are afraid of us? Is it any wonder? We can do whatever we want basically in this country these days. And it's like, I don't agree with that, because the backlash is going to be real. The backlash is going to be real, and you can't get mad at anybody for feeling like some type of way. All right, so the N-word, well, I technically believe that you shouldn't be able to say the N-word in any job setting or anything like that. But N-words are learning that they're getting fired for using the N-word. They were like, wait a minute, I got fired for using it, because this is what's coming down to. People are getting sick and tired of this blatant double standard. You know, this guy, he shoots up a school, and it was in self-defense. That brother was smiling. He was smiling. It wasn't self-defense. He got away with murder, and he know he did.
You know, when I look at the situation that's going on with everybody keeps saying that we don't have black privilege, which is crazy now. I don't see it as black privilege. I think I see it as, you know what they say that when you're in the military, they used to tell us all the time, perception is everything. I think there's a bigger process here. I think that they feel like if they can get more minorities to get away with stuff and do the stuff that they're doing right now and be crazy and ignorant like they're doing right now, they can go up here and fulfill their destiny of putting more of these jokers back in jail like they did before when the crime bill came out of nowhere in the 90s. That's what I see it as it coming to. because we already see how this plays out. You know, they do this all the time. They'll wait till crime go.
You do.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
You do realize they're using them. They're using them for their vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why they're getting away with highway murder because they're trying to keep them voting them. That's the only reason. And these fools are going to fall for a hook, line, and sinker. And then next year, in 2025, when they realize they're cracking down on all of them, they're going to do, bruh. It's like they're that dumb to actually believe that, man, it's just, bruh. It's sad. It's sad.
This is a setup. It's a setup, bro. I smell it a mile away.
It's definitely a setup. You mean to tell me you okay with Chocolate Brothers killing people with no problem? And you think I believe that? Nah.
No.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either. I don't believe that either. If you go crazy and do a special on TMZ and all these other major news outlets, when you see a white kid shoot up a school, and I mean a special. I'm talking about, you know, this man, what he ate for breakfast every day, when he got his first pimple, all this stuff. You don't think that you're going to let brothers continue to keep shooting in the schoolhouse and they go, no, bro. Nah, I keep trying to tell people it's a perception. It's a perception because there's a bigger plan at the end of the rainbow. Because why you think they're getting these immigrants in here for? I keep trying to tell people. I ain't trying to say conspiracy to YouTube. I'm just saying my opinion. I feel like I'm getting replaced. I'm just going to put it like that.
You are definitely getting replaced. You've been getting replaced from day one. As soon as they freed our ass, we was getting replaced. That ain't nothing new.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't nothing new. That's the reason why you got black laws and you got the rest of the laws. Black people run by a different code of laws because we know we finished in this country. Man, it's sad that it's like this. It really is, but I just don't see. I don't have hope for the black man. I don't see them coming out of this. You know, as individuals, maybe, but as a whole, we done.
Nope, you're right.
I don't see how we get out of this. I don't. We are too segregated. We're too separated. We can't even work together for nothing. We don't trust each other for nothing. You can't get nothing unless you go to a white man to get it. It's just what it is. It's like I can't. It really sucks to have to say that, but man, I don't. If we can't get, this is where we gotta start, and this is where the whole relationship is going on. If we can't get our women on board, we're done.
Amen.
Line second, we are done. As long as women are running around with this I'm independent nonsense, we're done. Because the only way we're going to get these boys to line the hell up is if we show them how to line up.
Exactly. And that's what I have been in my channel. I tell you that I've been teaching that time and time again. You gotta have a nuclear family unit for us to succeed. How you think that our forefathers were able to get to where we at now? You know, the George Carvers, the Benjamin Bankers, all these guys that changed Black America. They had a nuclear family system planted in their head. They wanted to make sure that every generation, even if it wasn't their child, to be able to have the opportunity to be successful. And just like Gary has just said, and Savage has said, we have a problem in our Black community for that. We do not like to see each other have success.
Absolutely. We got a crab in a barrel mentality. And I was just talking about this. I did an interview today, and I was talking about we will make sure that Karen suffer a severe consequence for getting into an argument or a dispute with a Black man at the dog park, right? But we don't have that same energy for Pookie and Ray Ray when they shoot the little girl by an accident. You know what I mean? But we gonna make sure we gonna make sure everybody know who Karen is because she had a dispute with a Black man at the dog park. Like we messed up, you know, like Black people got a problem, and it's a God problem. I know some people not spiritual. It is a spiritual problem, but to dumb it down for people, it's a cultural problem. We got a cultural problem. We worried about all the wrong things. Every time I hear black people talking and complaining, it's about they should be doing this. They need to do this for us. It's never we. It's always what they. Black people so worried about what white people should be doing for us than worried about what black people need to be doing for ourselves.
Yep, exactly. And here's another thing I want to spend. We moving on to other subjects about the black family and what's going on in the black community recently that's been brought to the nation's attention. Let's talk about the missing person stuff. Now, I was shocked because what happened with the Brian Laundrie situation. Out of nowhere now, we're starting to see a lot of minorities, not just black women. We also are seeing Hispanic women and also even low-class white people that have been missing coming up in the news more. Now, I've heard from the family, not the Laundrie family, but the Gabby Petito family. They have started a foundation to push missing persons out more. And I think since they started this foundation, we're starting to see a lot of it come up in the news. I've heard about one I didn't even know about. There's a lady currently missing right now out of I want to say Tennessee, and then the one in Florida. I didn't know nothing about that, and I live near that area, near those areas, and they're popping up more. So shout out to that family for doing something to get that more out there, because we do have a problem of missing people not being out more. I can't agree to that. I've talked about that and speak about that. I think that I'm glad they're pushing that envelope. What do you think about that, Savage 50/50? You think that that's a good thing?
I was talking
pushed out more.
Yeah, absolutely. I know with the Gabby story, people was trying to claim racism and talk about his white girl syndrome, or I forget what stupid name they called it, right? But the thing is, people ignore the facts of the case. It's not that she was just a white girl. She was actually an upcoming YouTube sensation. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't just an average white girl that had nothing going on. And that's the reason why the story was so viral and it made headlines. But people trying to push racism. I mean, don't get me wrong. What her family is doing is positive. We do need more of Amber Alert to be more live, and we need to track down the reason why people are missing and everything. So I'm not against that, but the whole Gabby thing, they tried to make it about racism, and it just wasn't that, because the facts, it's like, okay, now see, she was like let's say an E-list celebrity, Mm-hmm. She was. So of course, LaQuisha from the hood ain't going to get as much attention if she come up missing. Of course, Bobby Joe, she ain't going to get as much attention if she from the trailer park with nothing going on with her life as the young lady did. So it was her celebrity that got it to be national news, and it's not about racism.
Gary, what do you Gary, you want to chime in on that one?
The standard of beauty is a white woman. Get over it. It's not racism. It's just what it is. You can't promoting. All right. So there are certain things that, and this is just my personal opinion. You can yell at me, scream at me all you want. It is what it is. But I try. No, I'm talking about anybody, people in your audience. I'm trying. I try my best to break it down to the basic thing. I don't want. I say, okay, it could be racism, but what if it's not? Because if it is racism, that means that we all fucked or screwed. I'm sorry, we all screwed. So
it's all good.
Joel is rated R. I don't think he cared, right?
Yeah,
but I talk to Christians a lot. I can't be talking like that.
I feel you.
So I need to make this clear. This is my observation. This is how I break stuff down, because I want it to be easy, so I don't have to work. I want it to be easy so I can be a victim. I want it to be easy because reasons. But life ain't easy. So I have to figure out, all right, is this racism? It possibly is. But if you look at the standard of beauty as white women, when a white woman get missing, everybody's going to care. Because that's the standard of beauty in this country. it's not that they don't care about blacks. It's just you're a small dot in part of the country. Understand this? We are minorities in this country. Okay, so I get where people saying, "Oh, it's racism," because if this was a black woman, they wouldn't even get airtime. Blah 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 blah. All right, so what about all the other people that don't get airtime? There's a whole lot of people that don't get airtime that go missing. Nobody cares because they're either a man or they're ugly or they're old or whatever. It's not just, a white face. It's not just a white face. What can I push and get the most clicks? We in YouTube. We're in YouTube.
I feel you, Gary, but I got to disagree because this girl Gabby, she was an E-list celebrity. She was an upcoming YouTube star. She was not just a regular girl. Now, I get it. If we want to go back 30, 40 years ago where white people, always was, it was really important. But I just don't think it's that way. I believe if she was black and she was an upcoming YouTube sensation, the same notice would have been given to her. This white girl wasn't a nobody. She actually was working on being a somebody, and that's the difference.
All right, hold on, y'all. Before we go on, let me go to the super chat. This is from A-Rod. We got 60,000 Haitians coming in because the blacks and Hispanics like me are leaving the Democratic Party. By the way, illegals getting child tax credit thanks to Biden. That's true. We gonna cover that later on, but I'm gonna see what my brother got to say here. Gary. Gary, you wanna chime in any more on that, or you good right now? Hey, Gary, you still there?
He on mute right now.
Okay. He probably.
But Joe, what do you think about what I said?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was on mute. But no, I understand where you're coming from. I get where it comes from with her celebrity and stuff like that. I get all that. All I'm saying is that sometimes that's just how I look at it. I don't want to go straight to race. It's easy to go to race. It's very easy to. It's very soothing to go to race. Sometimes it's not race. Sometimes it's just what it is. Like if I could put out a video, right, and change the thumbnail, and the thumbnail would make a big difference on how many times it get viewed. So it could be a lot of stuff, It's just how I just don't see it always being race. But you're right. This person was doing something with her life. You're absolutely right about that.
And here's another thing too, and I'm going to say what I think overall. What Gary pointed out, yes, beauty is a lot to do with it. I agree with that. Okay, and yes, I do agree that yes, she was a white girl. But let me tell you why I say I agree on that part. Is because the dynamics of her being a white girl, 65% of our population is made up of predominantly white people, but also she came from a nuclear family that a lot of white Americans still appreciate and still support. And let me tell you why I say that. If you look at her family dynamics, she had a father involved in her life. She had a real mother still involved in her life. She had a stepfather involved in her life and her stepmother. If you look at all the interviews, all of them were involved actively searching for her. They all got along. Her stepfather knew as much as her favorite color as her damn dad did. And that's what it goes to show. Again, it goes back to nuclear family, us getting together and intertwined that we don't have in the community. Just like you said about LaQuisha. LaQuisha don't have that. LaQuisha got mom and them up here telling her that every man in her life is dirty and messed up and men is no good. And then mom and them is out here too busy trying to go out to the club every 5 or 6 seconds so they can go up here and make a twerk video. So when LaQuisha go missing, ain't nobody trying to go forward for LaQuisha until they find out that, well, wait a minute, now I can make some money because LaQuisha went missing because the bus driver took off at the wrong stop. I can go up here and let me go and sue the state. Let me sue, the city. Okay, now I love LaQuisha. Now I'm all involved. I mean, that's facts.
I don't know, man. GoFundMe be funding a whole lot of black women because their kids got killed. I don't know. I be seeing a lot of that.
That too.
I don't know. They can get the funding they want. They'll push that thing hard. I just want to put him away and all this other stuff, and I just want to go on with my life. And they hit those notes all the time. So They know how to pimp their kids. They know how to pimp their kids. They've been pimping their kids for their entire life. So don't forget
Absolutely.
that.
Gary
Yeah,
is
and it's
making a good
sad.
point. And honestly, we hear on it, black women get on the news and they be like, black women are the least unprotected women. We're the least unprotected people in the country. I completely disagree with that. I think
Me
that
too.
black women are actually the most protected people in the country. And I mean, I don't know if you ever been to family court.
Oh yeah, I've
but
seen it.
but yeah, and on top of that, I like you seen the white lady the other day where it was some black race hustler who wrote a book, right? And he was like, he said, you see, she told me, go back to my hood, go back to the hood. And she never was really caught on camera saying it, but just because the optics and he said she told me to go back to my hood, she wound up like getting fired and losing her job is a white woman, and she was like demonized as like a white supremacist and a white Nazi and stuff like that. And it's like white women can literally get fired on their day off for simply saying all lives matter.
Yep.
Black women got way more freedom of speech. I hate the feminist movement. I think there's so many flaws in that anyway by itself, but I think that black women are actually the most protected people in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. I did a video about this a few years ago about privileges. I was talking to
I gotta follow you, Gary. I don't know you. You on YouTube, right? We
I'm
that.
up there somewhere. You put a couple of words in there, you'll find me. But
I said you'll pop up. It don't take that much because every time
it'll take a little bit. Well, because that's probably because you watch me, man. They got me saddle banned for well. Anyway, but I did a video talking about privileges, right? And black women are by far the most privileged species, I should say, in this country. They are the most privileged. They can pretty much get away with anything, and everybody just like Tommy Sotomayor, hate him or love him, he says some good stuff. They act like the retarded kids. You just look at them, they throw the snap pack at the daggone wall, you just ignore them. That's how we treat white black women in this country. It's just because it is what it is, man. And I don't want to get down on black women anymore. I'm trying to get out of that because I used to do that heavy back in the day because I couldn't stand y'all behinds. Still can't stand y'all, but I'm wasting my breath at this particular point. But yeah, y'all, they are the most privileged women on the planet, and it's showing. They're spoiled, rotten, and it's showing. It's show. It's like it's not a surprise to me that our country is falling apart the way it is. It's not a surprise. It's far too much power in the hands of people that are willing to wield the power effectively.
Right.
Far too much. It's just way too much. I think women have far too much power in the country right now, and it's hurting us.
It is.
It is absolutely hurting us. A lot of people say,
Gary. I got you right here, right? This you.
Oh yeah, that's me right there.
Oh,
You got me. You what's up?
All right, I'm a new subscriber, man. I'm a new subscriber.
Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. But yeah, it's just it's sad that we got this going on, man. It really is. It's painful to watch because in order for any of this to be adjusted, people have to hit rock bottom. I mean, rock bottom. They're not going to just hear you anymore because in their head, they're right. That whole my truth nonsense that people be saying, my truth, what the hell does that mean still? My truth.
It's the truth. The truth is the truth.
Like, my truth. It's my truth, okay? Okay? It's my truth. Remember that back from T.I. and shit? My truth, okay? Yeah. I remember that.
Oh, Jesus. He done made me think about back in the day, man. All
right on point.
Oh, man. So, we're going to move right along. Now, let's talk about comedy. Because I'm going to come with it tonight, man, because I like having these kind of conversations.
You going to talk about Dave Chappelle?
Oh, you know I am.
Oh man, I've been waiting. I'm gonna check that out tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man. Oh my God, Gary, you seen Dave Chappelle? New
All
special?
I know is, what did he say that was inaccurate?
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. I can't say too much about it because Savage ain't seen it yet. But Savage,
Well, I know, like in the past, his specials was he definitely did some left leaning talking points in the past, but I hear this one is more like conservative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good.
No,
If y'all want to talk
trolling.
about it, we can, because it's not a movie. It's a comedy special.
It's a comedy special. Right.
Yeah, so I tell you what, my thing is this about the whole thing when I seen it. Dave basically did this special to let the trans community know that they need to quit being so damn sensitive. Excuse my expression, sorry. So sensitive, and actually look at the big picture of what's going on right now in America. That they are a part of the problem. They're a part of the divide.
Mhm.
And as long as they continue to be part of the divide, no one in America is going to thrive because they're the thorn in everybody's side. And that's just basically what it's about.
Bottom line is, I don't look. How can I say this without being extremely offensive? Give me a minute. I have to work this one through because I don't want to piss nobody off.
Oh man, don't worry. I do it all the time. It's okay.
All right, fuck it. If you can cut your dick off, you can take a joke. Sorry.
There you go.
If you can cut your dick off, you can take a joke.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. If you,
Thank you.
I till this day, I don't understand how in the hell can you not take a joke?
Because man, this is the world we live
The
in,
fact
Gary.
of the matter is,
I said this is the new world we live in, Gary. Everybody is not brought up in the same, era that me and you are. And this young man here, I think he's probably the last part of our era that's
bruh,
experienced
if you
that.
can't take a joke, you do not want to lose our army. Just say that. Let me just say that. Because if the Taliban bring their asses over here, they're going to have a lot of jokes for you. You ain't going to like them jokes.
Nope. Not at all. You're right.
I don't understand. But as, they're snowflakes. They're the sensitive cat group and stuff like that. But here's the thing. I don't think most transgender people are actually like that. The ones that are extreme, right? The ones that's making the noise, those are the ones that need the most attention, right?
Mhm.
They need the attention because they're attention seeking.
Mhm.
You're gonna go and you're gonna try to beat everybody weightlifting, or you're gonna try to beat somebody ass in an octagon, or you're gonna try to beat somebody ass on the track. You are attention seeking like a bitch. That's what you are. That's who you are, and you're not fooling anybody. I know what you're doing.
And honestly, Gary, I don't believe that most of the people that's pushing for this trans right and trans got to be pushed on everybody. I think that's such a small minority of people that nobody ever heard of. It's kind of like the same people. Like if you talk to the Native Indians, they're not the people that didn't want the Washington Redskins to be called the Washington Redskins. You know what I mean? It's like, who are these people that's complaining? I never seen one of them. They have no voice. It's like like the same thing when they want to get rid of Aunt Jemima off the box, and they want to remove Uncle Ben's. Nobody ever complained about this stuff. These are like three white liberals at some university that's pushing this whole agenda to get everybody canceled.
That's not far-fetched. That's not a far-fetched idea. It really isn't. That's not a far-fetched idea.
Yep. And
because
know what?
I mean,
go ahead, Larry Gary. I'm sorry.
There's operatives everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He's got a point there. It's a possibility that because nobody's going to speak up and say, "Well, we don't think like that," because a lot of them might say, well, there might be a few that do think like that. Wow, that's a good question.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Yeah.
People just trying to see narrative, and I was surprised because if you look at the way the politics.
Oh, we losing you, Gary.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm right here, Gary. I think you went in a bad area.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, Gary.
Good. Okay, so, but no, what I was saying is that it seems like the way that the politicians are doing everything is like this guerrilla warfare thing where they're just hitting you at every angle they possibly can to try to push you over the edge. I really believe that they want us to push us over the edge so they can say, see, they are crazy, they are bad people.
They're going to go as extreme as we allow them to go.
Insurrection. They keep, huh?
Gary, you cut in and out, but I was saying, yeah, they will let us. They'll go as extreme as we allow them to go.
Yeah. I know
right.
One thing.
They will exactly go as long as they go. Yep.
I know one thing. I got very upset when they took Uncle Ben off the box, and I had to talk to my extra woke sister that's 23 years old. I cussed her out for a good 45 minutes. I'm like, "What you mean, Uncle Ben's offensive?" That's a staple of black excellence. We were proud growing up about Uncle Ben. Man, I remember in school that what we used to say, you see that black man on the bottom, that Uncle Ben, that's our product. Now, oh jeez, we ain't got nothing.
No, they took all black people off of the logos, but they don't remove the white people, which is insane.
Yeah,
I was disappointed about the whole Aunt Jemima thing.
Yeah. All them years that your mom been on.
I was shocked around that. I was like, really? They taking Aunt Mama out? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Why she gotta go? I didn't understand that. I'm like, I don't understand how that's offensive. Well, she's wearing the do-rag. Did you see the popcorn bags that women wear now? That's terrible. Like, come on. Like, why would you? I don't know. Something's amiss here, and I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, it is. It is a miss. Now, we're gonna move on to the next topic because I know Gary said I got an hour, right? Hey, Gary?
Yeah, you got an hour with me.
All right, so I got 2 more minutes. All right, so let me hit on this topic right here. Gary and 50-50. There's been a picture that was released this week about President Biden having a fake set across the street that looks like an Oval Office and is not going over there to the Oval Office. Do you think that this is a part of the reason why America do not trust this man with his approval ratings going down as fast as it is because he's doing too much fake stuff instead of being authentic like a regular president's supposed to be?
Well, yeah, I mean, his whole he's just a fake person and he's not alive. Kamala Harris, she ain't black, by the way. They set things up for her to take over, and no way more than 80 million people went out and voted for Biden. That doesn't make any sense. There's no way he got more votes than the Barack Hussein Obama. Basically, this guy is a guy that's still stuck in his basement, and they're doing anything impossible. They're doing everything possible to cover up for this man and make him seem like he's some kind of intelligent being when we all know he's just an idiot.
Is he really an idiot, though? When you listen to how he speaks, we're losing our patience. Use your power to keep people alive. Do he sound like an idiot or do he sound like a tyrant?
You know what? He's a puppet that I believe have dementia. Like he doesn't really know.
No, he definitely has dementia. But what I'm saying is that he sounds like a tyrant to me. He doesn't sound like anything. It doesn't matter what comes out of his mouth. Everything that comes out of his mouth is you're going to do this or else. That's how he sounds to me.
Yeah, he's definitely he's definitely part of the Communist Party. And another thing that's not being talked about enough is when he pushed the IRS to invade every American bank account that succeed more than $600, whether you have income or you're withdrawing $600 out of an ATM machine. He wants the IRS to monitor everything we do. He's also pushing for vaccine mandates. I mean, he's literally pulling a page right out of communist agenda for America.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is, man, and that's why his approval ratings are plummeting. Everything else is everything else is added to it, but we now see who he is.
Absolutely,
we see what he is. So the fact that now here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of Kamala getting the presidency. I'm afraid of her getting a seat.
Oh,
I'm terrified of her.
If she get in, Nancy Pelosi rules.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if it's not Nancy, it's the squad, because we're seeing now the squad has gained traction. That squad lady, I think she is out of Hawaii that stopped that bill and got what she wanted out of that bill almost now, which it looks like this horrendous bill is probably going to get passed before we know it in the next 45 days. She, this just giving you a sample of what's going to happen if it ever happens, when it happens, that Kamala takes over. The squad, AOC, and them are ruling this country.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yes, it is.
That's a problem. And that right there, oh my God.
Yeah, Kamala Harris is a dirty woman, and she slept her way to the top. She's definitely a Jezebel. She's not to be trusted.
Right.
Let's put it this way. Don't leave your grandpa around her.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a lot of stuff that what's the guy named Willie Brown?
Willie Brown.
You know what? If you look him up about comments he made about Kamala Harris, you can't even find them. Same thing they did with Joe Biden. Like, you can't, when he multiple times said the N-word and a lot of stuff he said about black folks, they covered it up. You can't even find that stuff on YouTube.
No, they scrubbed it. YouTube, Google, he had them to scrub it, man. You know how it is. He called China.
I mean, he literally said the first time he learned about roaches was from black kids.
Wow.
They like to rub on his hairy legs, apparently. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Damn.
Hey, and not to mention when he made that story at that town hall when, in the 1950s, he said he was with his daddy. He saw two men kissing, and he asked his daddy, "What was that?" That's love.
I mean, this guy is a moron. I mean, I don't know if you heard of. He literally said that he broke into prison to try to break Nelson Mandela out of prison in Africa. Like, I don't know if you remember that. He just says anything.
Oh God.
He believes everything that comes out of his mouth, man, and that's a problem, bro. Like, I don't even know what to do with this dude. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell did people vote for him. I mean, he said he's going to raise taxes 60%, and they went and voted for that. I don't see how that happens. I just don't. I hope to God somebody come out with some real information so we can switch this stuff back around, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, for real, it is ridiculous. All right, guys. So I'm gonna last couple of minutes. I'm gonna let y'all guys answer a few questions from the guests right quick, and then after that, I am going to let y'all tell more about your channel, what projects y'all got coming up, and we gonna end the show for the night. So I'm gonna address some of the crowd right here, some of the comments that's been said tonight. Last one here, Sonya Scrapbook. Y'all should check her channel out. I
love Sonya Scrapbook. She's listening right now. Yeah, what's up, Sonya? How you? Yeah, that's what's up. That's cool.
She said Joe's been everywhere and has done everything. Even said his father told him when he was a little boy, when he supposed to saw two men kissing in public, love is love. Yeah, I was just talking about that. You're right, Sonya. He did. Love is love. Remember that. That's what Joe said. All right, let's see what we got with my man Logic. He's got a good channel too. I don't think the Dems like the squad because the squad are a bunch of progressives. The Dems know that the progressives are causing voters to walk away. The Dems know they're going too far left. Yeah, Logic, you're right. But the problem is that my personal opinion, I'm going to answer this because I talk about it all the time. The radical left has a very strong pull right now over the Democratic Party due to the fact that it matters the backing they got. I mean, if you look at George Soros and all of them, yeah, their hands is all up into the mix. So they have to, they either got to comply or get off board. What do you think, Gary?
I don't think it's going to pass. I don't think this bill is going to pass. I don't see how they're going to let this go. It's just entirely too much money. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think they're going to fight this one. I hope they fight this one. Let me say that.
Yeah, as we done seen everything we've been thinking they won't. They have been doing the opposite. So but I'm with you. I hope they don't. I really do. What about you, Gary? I mean, Savage. I don't know why I said Gary. Savage. What you think?
Yeah, I agree with Gary. I don't believe it's going to pass. It's too radical. It's straight out of the communist book. So it's going to get shut down.
I hope so too. Let's see. This is funny. There's another lie from the Dems. My man said, "You ain't wrong. Harris was a baby during the Civil Rights March and remembers being there." I remember that.
Yeah. She was there. Martin Luther King picked her up, right?
Yeah, 2 years old. She remembers. Freedom.
Yeah, freedom. Yep,
yeah,
I remember that.
Taking somebody else's quote from the real baby that was there was 4 years old. They're lying. Let's see what else we got. Let's see here. This is from my man Nathaniel McLaughlin, one of my supporters. Kamala Harris on history as being California Attorney General and San Francisco Attorney General is worse than any of her bedroom shenanigans. Oh Lord, I believe it. What do you think, Savage? You think it is?
I mean, Kamala Harris, she just go along to get along. I mean, she doesn't really open her mouth much unless she's going to do that stupid laugh she do. Other than that, I mean, even if she was to take office, she would just be a puppet of the left as well. She wouldn't really control nothing neither.
Yep. What about you, Gary? You got anything you want to add with that, man?
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing with Kamala Harris. She is the classic deflection female. She deflects every question she ever get asked. It's just nothing in that head. She don't know anything. She just deflects, and you can't ask her a hard. You seen when she went on The View, right? And all of a sudden, suddenly, okay, you're going to tell me that at that very moment, these two people get COVID while she's supposed to be up there? Meanwhile, if you watch the video previously, I think her name was Sunny. Sunny had a lot to say about Kamala and what she was doing because of what happened to her father and how she felt. She had a lot to ask, and all of a sudden now she got COVID. Come on, man! Like this is not going to look good if she can. I think we really are in trouble. I pray to God Sleepy Joe don't go to sleep forever and stay up for 3 more years at least. We need him. I know you don't like it, but we need him to survive. Whatever they giving him, whatever pills, medication, please put your prayers out for Joe, because if we lose Joe, we get Kamala. All right?
We done.
But Gary,
pray for our leadership. All right? Father God, in the name of Jesus, and I'm not playing, I'm dead ass. Do not let this boy die.
But Gary, I mean, Joe Biden numbers, I think his approval rating is under 33%, right? So the Republicans are going to
wait, it's how low now?
I think it's under 33%.
It was 39% the other day. Good Lord, Joe.
What?
So the thing is, Gary, us Republicans are going to take back the House. We're going to take back the Senate. So even if Kamala Harris get in power, she's not going to rule nothing.
I hope so.
And that's the reason why the Democrats are so afraid, and that's why they want to get rid of the filibuster. That's also the reason why they want to pack the Supreme Court, because they don't want Republicans to have no voice.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm gonna just say this. Please pray for Joe. You don't need Kamala in there. I'm not budging on that. I don't care who, Republican or whatever. She'll suck somebody well enough to get them on his side. I just do not do it. Don't. She's very good at what she do.
Yeah.
Okay, she'll find somebody. Please.
Somebody said Hillary would be chosen as the VP. But I don't know who that was, Joe. But the thing is, it will be no VP if Kamala Harris take over. I think Nancy Pelosi will basically be the VP, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh man.
Okay, so let me get you straight. Wait. So how is it that Nancy Pelosi will become the VP? How does that work?
You know what? I'm not the perfect person to ask about this, but yeah, I don't like, okay, if something happened to the actual president, the vice president become the president, but the vice president don't get to choose a VP. The Speaker of the House actually becomes the VP. If I'm not mistaken, but I know that Kamala Harris don't get to choose the VP.
Last time I checked, and I want to say that it said that she do have a choice to choose the VP. Let's look up right quick because I think she do. Let me see right quick. I want to know
Either way, it's going to be a disaster. Luckily, AOC, I don't believe she's old enough to become the VP, so that's a good thing.
I'm about to find out right now. I'm going to find out the answer to that because I was looking up that.
I know it's something like that. I don't know the whole jizz of it.
Yeah, that's what they said. When she becomes vice president, the House Speaker does not become VP.
Oh man, this is a plan. This has been planned from day one, bro.
Yeah, it's been planned for day one.
It's a pandemic.
But I think hopefully everybody wakes up fast enough to figure out what's going on.
But
I listen. That's why I'm doing my channel. I'm doing this because I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like talking about politics. It makes my head hurt. It really do. It makes my head hurt. You know, it's just like, why do I want to talk about? Like, it's so much other things that I'd rather do with my life than deal with this, narcissistic war that our politicians have going on, because that's what it is. But I'm trying to do as much as I can to get as much awareness as I possibly can to this. Because I joke around a lot, but this is some serious stuff, man. This is serious.
It is.
This is not nothing to play with. These people coming in this country is going to take our jobs, your job, my kids' job. They're going to take our jobs. It's not much to go around as it is. Do you think you want to compete with somebody like that? I don't.
No. Yep. You're right. I don't at all. At all. And okay, that's what it is. If she picks somebody, the House has to approve it. So it doesn't have to be Nancy Pelosi.
Okay.
So Kamala Harris goes and let's say pick Duwa whatever from who God knows what.
Well, can't she just pick herself?
Huh?
Can't Nancy Pelosi just pick herself?
Nope, that's not how it works. She has to. The one that's the new president has to pick it. Has to pick who they want. Now, if she says I want Pelosi, then they all have to approve Pelosi being vice P on both houses.
Okay. All right.
Yep. That's how it works. So yeah. And it's got to be a majority. Everybody be like, "Oh, we want Nancy."
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Oh my God! All
We
right,
don't
guys.
even want what we got now.
Exactly. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. Gary, tell the people what you got planned coming up, or any major announcements that you got before we end, brother.
Man, I ain't got no major announcements. I ain't never prepared. Talk to you guys later.
All right, man. Follow his channel, Gary Lamb, bro. He always on. What about you, Savage 50/50, man? You got anything coming up or anything about your channel you want to put out there?
Yeah, Joel Davis. Thanks for having me on tonight. I appreciate that.
Anytime, brother.
And Gary Lamb, it was nice to meet you, man. I'm definitely going to check out some of your content that you put up. You can find me at Savage 50/50 on YouTube. And my main thing is I usually debunk a lot of racism, a lot of racist topics, and I cover a little bit of politics as well. But yeah, like I said, you can follow me at Savage 50/50.
So yeah, man. So I'm just glad I was able to have the opportunity to link up with so many people. Like I told y'all, I'm trying to evolve the show so we can get as many people as we can out here. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. I want to get everybody out here as much as possible. And any of you guys that was on my show tonight, I tell everybody, if you want to use my video to upload for your channels, to put yourselves out there more, myself and Mr. Gary, however y'all want to do it, that's fine. I'm not going to be one of those that's copyright. Oh, copyright strike. No, I don't got time for that. Because we all family here. I'm just trying to get the message out.
Yeah, man. And definitely, man, Gary and Joe, like, yo, thanks for having me on. I'm just like a small time guy. Y'all like huge on YouTube. And it's like, it's dope that y'all actually have me on with y'all. That's
man,
cool.
I'm always looking for your talent, man. And they'll tell you. If I check your page out and I think you soccer with some sense, I'm gonna get you on my show. But if you sound crazy, no,
I hope I make some sense on my page. I don't know.
Yeah, you do, man. I just like how you do your delivery, man. Like I said, you remind me of Black Conservative Perspective. You say it in a nicer tone, man. You're so nice and proper. See me,
yeah. Well, I try not to use foul language, man.
Y'all do a good job. See me, I just don't give a you know what. But I can't say that. Because I made a vow of not doing it like that. But don't you worry. Y'all know I'll be Dirty Bird right after this show. I'll be going back to cussing my behind off. But anyway.
Again, I'm just trying to talk to Christians.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Gary.
And that's why, Gary, I respected what you're saying. That's why I said we'll do this and everything else. So everybody can see that I can carry a show without acting the fool.
Right.
Oh, don't you talk about RBR, Roger? You know I had to go in today on that, man. Don't be breaking that up. Shout out to my producer, Roger, JH. Let me put all my producers. Everybody that's got a wrench is either producer or they my hype people. So if you see anybody with a wrench, that's my producers / hype people. So yeah, thank you for all my producers out there tonight. Y'all did a very good job promoting the shows and stuff. So people know where to find the guys at. I appreciate y'all. Much love. So please like, share, subscribe. Y'all guys have a good night. And I'm finna close it out, y'all. So y'all have a good evening, Gary and Savage 50/50.
All right, Joe. All right, Gary. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, brother.
And don't forget to download this so you can share on your channel, Gary.
Will do.
All right, brother.
All right, peace.
Peace, man.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool. Why he jump off?
I was about to close out. I thought y'all was good.
Oh, okay, bye.
Bye, bro. Oh my God, my boys, this is a trip, man. Yo, man. Anyway, I'm glad that y'all enjoyed the show. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. Again, we're trying to grow as much as possible. I'm trying to see if I got any other announcements for y'all on the channel. So let's see here. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna be only doing a big stream once a weekend, bros. I hate to say it, everybody, because I'm so busy with this new job. I have to make time for the family, and I got to do my other content on my other 2 channels. So I probably just do one big stream on this channel on the week. So please donate as much as possible. If you see me jump on a live or whatever, when I'm driving or when I'm, got a little break in, donate to your boy, because that what keeps the channel alive. Let's see here. I'll probably have another live with a set of people next week. Anybody that wants to come on the show next weekend, you know what to do. Email me so we can talk, have another one of these good discussions. I know Sonya. I'm trying to do a woman's thing next, so I'm probably going to try to get Sonya on the show. I got to link up with her. There's a young girl that I like talking to as well. She is very, very down to earth, very traditional. Trying to promote her as well. She's a Southern conservative, a young black lady. And Red Pill, I know I told you I was going to get Miss Red Pill on here, but I just ain't had the time to sit down and me and her hatch out our schedules because it's just been busy. I mean, I still follow her content, just been busy. You said Catalina Castillo? Yeah, I am. I'm going to get her, and I'm going to try to get there's a white lady that follows me too. She has a good channel talking about a lot of women points. I just think that we need to do a women empowerment week on one weekend for women out here who really are getting it, really support men, really support motherhood, really support the family. I think we don't have a lot of love for that with the women today because we got all these other stuff with the manosphere that I'm walking away from. I had to because it's too toxic. It's all about downing women every 5 seconds. Not every woman is bad. Okay, yes, there is some women that make some mistakes, but how are we going to reach them if all we do is diss them? I mean, damn, they can't be dissed all the time. So that's all I got going on, guys. So after this, I'm finna jump on my other channel, get on the sports part. So if y'all want to hear some good sports, go to All American Sports Network. Y'all know how we do. Please like, share, subscribe. With that being said, peace.